It's just that much easier to think about. Um, I'm a crazy person. Edit these. Yeah, so I'm gonna open these just to keep just for reference purposes. So like when I'm like, oh, how did the like how did that how did the wrinkling go? Like et cetera, et cetera. It's basically just like zigzaggy lines. Uh, so oh, I can help. I can help. Uh, avoid. Uh, uh, I will avoid moving. Oops. Uh, oops. I didn't use move. I'm really bad at this game somehow. So I thought I made this game. I'm really bad at it. Uh, okay. Uh, yeah. Okay. So what are we doing here? This is the interesting part. Okay. So as usual, let's clean up the connector pieces so it looks like it's actually part of the same image. And deselect. Stupid selection boundaries. No one cares about selection boundaries. I don't think I've ever like made a selection boundary and then used it to like deactivate a tool that I then tried to apply. Like I don't think I've ever selected a range and then tried to like paint such that I only painted inside that range. I could be wrong, but I think I like never I think I've just never used that function of the selection range tool. Instead, I just always like when I have a selection left over from like before when I was doing something that involved a selection, like then when I go to use a tool and it doesn't work, I'm like, what the heck? Why isn't this working here? And it's like, because I'm drawing outside the selection range, apparently. Because that's the thing that selection ranges do. They mess up your whatever. uh, okay. So, sorry. So here we have this flag, and so there's not going to be as much shading here, actually, because the flapping is not nearly as dramatic, right? So like basically like the only shading that we'll have is like was like the wrinkles. And we will have wrinkles. We just won't have like big blocks. We just won't have big like swaths of like shading with wrinkles extending from them. We'll like basically just have the wrinkles themselves. I think. So here we had like yeah, here we have a little bit of a billow. So we don't have to we don't need that much wrinklage going on, but we'll put in like some wrinkles like extending up like so. Uh, and then yeah, that's like the it's like the gist of like oh yeah, I should be using a bigger brush. Do do do. So yeah, so some wrinkles extending up as such. Uh, that didn't come out quite right. uh, I think one of the tough things about drawing these wrinkles is that like I try and make them apart, but then like I don't know, like it kind of fights like the way that the wrinkles actually like the wrinkles actually get in there tight, and so like I don't know, translating that into like translating that small detail into like bigger detail is like weird. I guess like maybe if I had more practice at it, it would seem more natural or whatever. But like right now, it's kind of weird to me. All right, so we have like wrinkles and anything else, or is that like basically it? Uh, no, there's gonna be more wrinklage down here too, right? Yeah, this would be like ripe with wrinkles, because like just because of how like not because of like how in the shading it is or anything, but just because of how like deflated it is. Like just because it's deflated, it's going to wrinkle all over itself, and so there's going to be like thicker shaded regions because the wrinkles are like it's because it's folding over on itself. Uh, so yeah, that could be something like this could be fine, I guess. Um, do. Ah, then I'll just go and, yes, I realized I made a giant hole over there. I'll fix that. And yeah. Okay, so like something like this, I guess. Although I'm getting a little bit, yeah, like I was doing before, I'm getting more like patterny than like shapey. Pattern bad, shape good. That's like basically the gist of like what I'm trying to accomplish here. So this is more about shape. This is like the shape of the folds of the flag. It's less about the pattern of the wrinkles. Okay. I'm not completely in love with this, but I think it's like at least a start, and like because like I don't know, I might change my mind about some of the stuff once I see like how it'll animate. So what was the? It was like before. So right. So here like it's more deflated up here, so we're seeing more wrinkles up at the top, and more wrinkles at the bottom. But the wait, no, which one? Oh wait, did I change the? Oh, I bet I changed the shape a bunch after I. Did I? Did I change the shape a bunch after I? Yeah, look how different the shape is. Oh frick! I'm using like a really old version of this stuff. Oh, that's garbagey butt. Sorry. Oh no! I just have them in the wrong order. Wait, what? How did they get in a different? Oh no, I just literally have them out of order. Okay, I was really worried for a second there because like I kept changing the shape of these things, and I thought maybe I had like saved out the other copy. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Uh, false alarm. All right, this is the one where it's like, yeah, it's like wrinkly towards, it's billowed in the center, and it's like wrinkly towards the top, and yeah, okay. Alrighty then. Okay. So in this case, there's gonna be a lot of wrinklage coming down from up here. It's gonna be like, you know, just shooting out in like all directions, basically. Just wrinklage everywhere. Not quite all the way to the top. But then like at a certain point, it just like starts shooting out wrinkles like in all direction, and so let's just make this big spiky wrinkle factory up here. Yeah, something like that is good, and then actually wait, that was sloppy. Uh, this line is too horizontal. I need a less horizontal line I can draw. I can draw less horizontal lines just fine. Horizontal lines, tech with horizontal lines. No one likes horizontal lines anyways. Alright, so this is a little bit patterny, but I'm going to keep it for now because like it also does convey the shape. Actually, no, I'm going to make one fewer point on this. So I'm just going to like smush some of these points together. There's going to be like 4 points emanating from here. That's going to be more shapy, less patterny. 5 was too patterny. 4 is shapy enough for my taste. Okay. And then where else did? Yeah, so there's wrinkle coming down the side. A lot coming down the side here. So. And then like I don't know. There'll probably be some up here too, because why not? This seems like the most sensible place to have like shading on this this position of the flag is like down here, and then like more down towards the tail too, right? Although I didn't really do wrinkling on the tail down here, but whatever, I'll do it anyways. So I'm getting I'm definitely I don't know, I feel like I'm doing very different treatments between like this version and like this version, but I don't know, maybe I can atone for that later. I did use a much smaller brush here, so that could be why it like feels a little bit different, because like with a smaller brush you just end up with like a different, like the lines just feel different, like they literally they curve in different ways, like the texture, not just the texture that the lines render, but like the texture of the lines themselves, like just feel different. So I'm just accidentally cut into the log a little bit there. Uh, so yeah, I'm not trying to like use that like fiddly or like it just gets like like the lines get less smooth. Like the smaller the brush you use, the less smooth the lines get, and like the more I don't know how to describe it exactly, but it's not good. It's not what I'm looking for. There's some things that you like can't do with a bigger brush, and so if I use a smaller brush, like I start introducing these elements that look out of place because they're not supposed to be there, because they wouldn't have been there if I rendered it with a bigger brush, I guess. I don't know how to describe it exactly. It's just not right. It's just not the right treatment. It's just not the right tool for the job sometimes. And even though it's like super convenient, like you can get things to quote unquote look how you want them if you use just a bigger brush. It's like not the how you want them that you actually want, I guess. I don't know how to describe it exactly. Uh, Alright, so switch back to the bigger brush. And then, so yeah, no, the wrinkles down here, there will be wrinkles down here. Not many, just like two basically. And they'll just like be like that, I guess. That doesn't make a ton of sense, but like this whole shape doesn't make a ton of sense. And that's okay, because it's like, I don't know. It's what I want to kind of do here. And I'm not going to apologize to no one for it. Wait, I'm not going to apologize to no one means I am going to apologize to someone. I'm not going to apologize. Okay, Mr. Cool 909090. I apologize for this treatment. Not really, but I don't know. I felt obligated to do so since I said I wouldn't apologize to no one. I've now not technically apologized to no one. I've technically apologized to someone. It was a fake lie of an apology, but it was an apology no less. Fake lie apologies, those totally count, right? Alright, this is better. This is feeling a little bit more like the treatment that we had over here, which I like, so I should probably do something similar. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I guess like I use like very fine shapes to like figure out like is this what I want, and then I just have to, I don't know. I guess if I was more confident in like drawing some of this stuff, I wouldn't have to go back and like redraw all this stuff like quite as much. But because I'm still getting used to it, and I'm still not even sure exactly what this treatment is supposed to be like, I keep drawing it like too meekly, and then I have to come back and like thicken up these shapes and stuff. But yeah, I can unify the treatments so that it does look like it's the same sort of shape. So like this is better, for example. It's not perfect. I made this like all frumpy and weird, but you know, other than that, this is still weird down here. I'm like trashing the shape of this flag a little bit, but I'm doing it for great justice. I have my excuses. All right. So save this, and then oh yeah. So similarly, like this resolution down here is like not right. This is like an example of like how I just kind of like maybe it'll be like this, and like no, it actually wasn't like that. Like it was close, but like not like that actually. And so let's fix that. Yeah. So yeah, that's better. That's better. And then yeah, here we go like ham on on this part up here. Sorry, I said go ham, and for some reason I could not deal with that. I could not deal with the fact that I said go ham. Sorry, I shouldn't. I don't know. Sometimes, like in my head, I think like, oh, I can just say that, and it'll sound not ridiculously stupid. And then I say it, and I'm like, oops, nope, I was mistaken. It sounded ridiculously stupid. And there's no way to like unsay something. It turns out, like if you say something, it's then said, and there you are. There you have it. Yeah. Maybe scientists will someday find a way to unsay things and unhear things. That would be helpful too. Unhearing things would be great. Um, Maybe that's part of the same technology. Maybe it's just like the general like communication retro active correction technology. When that comes out, won't that be a great day? You won't have to worry about spoilers on the internet, because if you accidentally hit a spoiler, you can just unhit that spoiler. Uh, and you won't have to worry about saying stupid things on the internet. You won't have to worry about people misunderstanding you on the internet. It's basically used for use on internet. No, I guess there are other there are probably other practical purposes as well. I don't know why I just came up with what 3 examples of communication and all of them involve the internet. I mean, I think we all know why that happened. But it just occurred to me there should actually be more shading up against this line here, because like this would be also like embroiled in wrinkles. So like this would be like part of this, and so I'm gonna bring it up here too as well. It's not gonna be quite as bad as in the next frame, but like it starts to get bad here, I guess, is the point. Actually, maybe this shouldn't connect. Maybe this should stay separate. Nah, not really. Maybe it should just get blocked in entirely. Maybe it should just, yeah, that could be good. And then the next frame, this is when it like gets not just like all blocked in, but also like sad and pathetic, and and we'll do, I guess, a little bit like that. Yeah. Okay. So I was thinking like I wouldn't find places to like actually put this shading in, but like this is actually working out pretty okay for the most part. That's still getting a little too textural, a little not shapy enough. But what else? But yeah, I also have to clean up some of these lines because some of them got a little too thin. Actually, wait, hold on. I can do this. I have to strategize my line drawing so I don't accidentally like wreck everything that I've done so far. No. Okay. So yeah, we also had like some wrinkling down on the tail here, because like this is like one of the most deflated frames of this animation. Like there was like a breeze that blew through here, but like it's now like pushing this part up like this and like doing very little else. So like I don't know. I guess we don't really need yeah, no, we don't really need wrinkling on the tail so much in this frame. But I'll put a little bit in just cause. Just cause. It's not literally taut like the bottom part here, so like taut, T-A-U-T. So it's there would be a little bit of wrinklage to the fabric. So sure, why not? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Alright. That might be fine. It's like bloop, bloop, bloop. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay, and then here, what did we do here? Yeah, it's all in like the midsection here, because it's starting to fill back up with wind again. So it's starting to like reinflate, and but like it's like all through this middle section here is like all the saggy, floppy, blimbo, flimby, blimbular. I don't know what I'm saying. This is all like sad wrinkles down here. I guess there's nothing inherently sad about wrinkles. I just think wrinkles are a little bit sad because I'm fear of aging. I am a fear of aging. I have a fear of aging. I have a fear of I have a foreboding sense of my own mortality and a dread surrounding it. Too real? A little too real, maybe. Okay. I joke about weird stuff. That is part of what I do. I think I don't know why. I think because no, it's because my face is boring. My face is bored. Right. I'm working on art stuff, and art stuff doesn't involve my face, so I'm like facially bored right now, and it's just like unless when I just say dumb stuff. I had a little bit of like the wrinklage happening here. And then okay, so this isn't so bad, but like I definitely went too far with that one. And then I feel like I don't know. I feel like there should also be a cut here, right? Because like that's the other thing about wrinkles is that they're not all dark wrinkles. Like sometimes like it's the folds of the fabric, right? So it's not always like about dark. It's sometimes about light. So we can render wrinkles in like the positive rather than in the negative. I guess. Can I do that here too? Would that work? I guess that works. I mean, I'm messing up the shape of the flag, but other than that, yeah, that seems kind of fine, I guess. Oops, too thin. Yeah, that seems fine, I guess. And then, so it goes from here to here. That's kind of like a sudden departure from the, I'm gonna add in like a little more wrinklage from up in this corner, just because it seemed like too much of a sudden departure from like what we had in the previous slide, or in the previous frame. But it is starting to inflate a little bit, so it's getting there. Okay, so that's probably fine. And how does that compare? Oh, is that all of them? That's like all of them. It goes back to here. Hey, look at that. That actually looks pretty good. Wait, oh, there's just a giant chunk missing out of this fence post, but other than that, I think it looks mostly good. Okay, let's call that. Let's call that a thing. Okay, so now I have to fix the script again because I took out the, we went from 5 down to 3, and now we're going back to 4, so, alright, so, yeah. So there's always going to be a win factor. I think it'll be like a win factor of 1 or 0.5, but there'll always be a win factor. So, if there's a win factor of 0.5, I guess, like, do I have to change anything about the bow position or how that's calculated? I guess not. No, this is fine. So the weird thing, though, is that, no, that's not that weird. Okay, so, it's a little weird, right? Because we go, oh, wait, actually, should it be 0.5 or should it be, like, maybe it should be, like, 0.33. Yeah, that would actually be a little easier because what we can do is for scoring purposes, we can say, so for the purposes of, like, picking the wind at random, we can pick from 0 to 3. And then for the purposes of scoring, we can say, so when we do archery data process, right now we just use target offset archery. Oh wait, no, it's when we calculate archery offsets. Excuse me. Right? No, wait, what? No, it's when we calculate archery offsets. Control F. There we go. Right, because right now we're just adding them together, but no, we can say setup data index 1i. It's actually going to be the float value of setup data 1i divided by through 2/3. What? It's supposed to be on a scale from 0 to 2, but it's on a scale from 0 to 3. So it would be times 2 divided by 3. Times 2 divided by 3. So now a strong wind will be 0. So like if we center it if we center it at 0, a strong wind will be -1. A strong leftward wind will be -1. A light leftward wind will be 0.33. because it's good. Well, so okay. So it's centered at 0. We times it by 2, divide it by 3, and subtract 1. So 0 times 2 divided by 3 is 0, minus 1 is negative 1. 1 times 2 divided by 3 is 2/3, minus 1 is negative 1/3. So yeah, so negative 1, negative 0.33. Yeah, I think that's fine. Because that's still like a spectrum, right? It's still like even intervals between which directions the winds are blowing. So yeah, I can always change that if I feel like it doesn't make sense as much that way. Okay, so archery offsets, yeah, and then the rest I think just works, except with the wind indexes, like the or the flag indexes, the archery aim flag. Yeah, right. So I got rid of. Sorry, it's not. So it's now it's okay. So now it's left strong, left light, and I do have to rename the things too. Left strong, left light, right strong. Right strong. Quite right. Quite right. Oh, I haven't even tested to see. Oh yeah, I haven't tested to see how light strong or right light works because I haven't set up the script to actually work with it yet. Okay, so archery aim flags. Yeah. So then the rest of that should be fine. Yeah. Okay, so let's go up to init event and send through the test data of. Oh, sorry, not here. Let's send through the test data of index 2, because index 2 is right light, the one that we just added in. So let's do 2, 3, 2, just for comparison purposes. Save that, and then oh, I need to rename the folders, right? Because it's right is supposed to be right strong, and left is supposed to be left strong, and none is supposed to be left light. Yeah, okay. So let's see how this looks. Didn't like that. What do you mean can't open right strong 0? Are you not trying? Is that the problem? Is the problem that you're not trying? You jerk. No. Let's see what's happening here. Can't open right strong index 0. Oh, oops, I named it right string, not right strong. Okay, thank you, Java. It's the amount of time it takes me to realize my mistake is almost the exact same time as stream delay. I know this because like every time I like realize something like is happened that's wrong, I look over in chat and someone tells me. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's the perfect system, I swear. Okay. Actually, archery. So this is our... Yeah, look at that. Perfect. Perfectly perfect. Light breeze. Just a light breeze. Yeah, okay, so one thing that didn't really occur to me like when we were testing the this stuff is that it's a little distracting when the bow is like on top of the flag. I mean, it's not as bad when the flag is like upright, but like when the flag is like droopy, like the hand's really covered up. So I might want to scale down that like, what is it? I've put it up to like all the way up to like 175. I think I might want to tone that down a bit. Yeah, I definitely do now that I think about it. Okay, so that 175 is coming down to like what was that? It was aim. Yeah, this is coming down to like 100 because like I want the flag to be visible. I mean I like the diversity and like how how the range is, but like I don't want it to like cover up important information. So I could like put the flag up even higher hypothetically, but like nah. Um, yeah, for me, I have an advantage for like figuring out when I misspelled something because the trick is I always misspell something. Like I always misspell something, and it's bad. So if I'm ever uncertain as to whether I misspelled something, the answer is yes, I have misspelled something. And on the plus side, it's easier for me to figure out, what might be going wrong. All right, so good. Look at all this stuff. All right, so we still don't have the flags in the middle tableau don't work quite right, and the last tableau is still a mess. I don't have the arrows and the targets cleaned up yet. But we got a lot done. Oh wait, we didn't save the target doesn't have the shading on the edges, but we totally did that. I swear we did that. Maybe I just forgot to save it or something. I don't know how that happened though. Cause like projects, journey, art, uh, archery. Maybe I like drew it and just forgot to export it or something. Aim, target. Oh yeah, I just forgot to export it. Okay, so what layer is that on? Layer 2, yeah. Copy, file, open, target, .png. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but I do have this one pretty well lined up. Okay, cancel. Move this up, decrease the opacity, paste this one here, keep canvas size. Oops, I copied from the wrong layer. Copy from the correct layer, paste, keep canvas size. There it is. Hey, look at that, perfect. Perfect fit. Okay, not a big difference, but hey, look, we now have the slightly depthier version. Just slightly depthier. Uh, so, so yeah, so let's just take a quick inventory of like what is left. It might be everything that we just mentioned. It's basically, so we have tableaus 0 and 2 are now done basically, and a stupid bug where I can accidentally initiate an event with no tags or whatever. Yeah, no. So this tableau is basically done. Although I might want to do something more to the dummy target things just to get it, I don't know, looking prettier or like to do whatever to it. But like that tableau and so tableaus 0 and 2 I think are now done, and tableaus 1 and 3 just need work still. So yeah, yeah. That's all there is to it. So this one doesn't need a ton of work. It just needs a little cleanup. The last one is pretty simple. It's just the targets and it's just the arrow animations, and that's like literally it. So that's cool. The target will be really simple because that's just cleanup, and I know roughly what I want to do with the arrow animation, and it's not, the arrow animation is way simpler than the flag animation. Flag animation, like cloth physics, like that's how I feel about cloth physics. Yeah. Um, so, do I, no, I'm gonna, I've gotten, I make it, like, I just as a point of habit, I try not to say I'm ending the stream unless I'm ending the stream. And so sometimes I'll ask myself questions like, do I, if you hear me ask a question like that and the answer is like, nah, okay, well, never mind. It's probably because I was like thinking, should I end the stream? And then I was like, no, I'll keep streaming. But you may have guessed at this point that I think I am gonna wrap up. So my last active streamer for the evening, I'm gonna go find another cool stream and we can go be friends with their faces. And we what else? We'll do all kinds of cool stuff involving tuning back in tomorrow and like having more game fun stuff and just generally following the stream if you haven't already, but you guys know where the follow button is. Anyways, thank you everyone for tuning in and for hanging out, and we made good art today. Gosh howdy, is that art not just fantastic, huh? So, all right. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and I hope to see you all again in the near future. Until next time, have a wonderful whatever time of day it is where you are. Bye, bye, guys. Bye, 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 bye forever. No, not forever. Just until tomorrow. Bye. All right. HOST space DRYWALLL is the trick. I just input a host command. If it didn't work for you, then I'm sorry, and I hope to see you again.